Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre getting a look at poverty and affordability up close and personal. Hi, I'm Brian Lilley, political columnist with the Toronto Sun, and this week I got to tag along as Pierre Poilievre toured the Daily Bread Food Bank in Toronto, Canada's largest food bank, to get a look at how they operate and hear some shocking statistics. Pierre, you came to Daily Bread Food Bank today. What was the thing that shocked you the most? I know you've talked about this issue a lot in the House of Commons, but what shocked you the most as you did the actual tour?
One statistic. This food bank feeds 1 in 10 Torontonians. It's just, let that sink in. 1 in 10 Torontonians eats at this food bank. There's been a 6-fold increase in food bank demand for this one food bank. Unbelievable. It's a 500% increase. We have half of Canadians eating less than they should, a fourth of school children going to school malnourished. This is the miserable life that people are living after 9 years of inflationary debt and spending by the Trudeau government that has destroyed purchasing power, taken people's money, punished their work, and doubled their housing costs.
The government brought out their budget this week, and they would say that we're making life more affordable. I look at the cost of everything going up, and I think that has to be wiping out all of these gains that they say they're making for people.
What gains? What gains? You know, for example, there's a lot of beautiful slogans, like a school food program. Only problem is there's no food. They don't provide any food. They promised this program 3 years ago. There's not a single ham sandwich that has been served at any school anywhere in Canada. There's been a lot of bureaucracy created and money spent, but at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding. And we have more people at food banks than ever before. In fact, the food banks are literally running out of food, so that some people are joining Facebook groups to learn tricks on how to eat food out of a garbage can. The Dumpster Diving Network, look it up on Facebook, 8,000 members now. This is the kind of horror story that we never imagined possible before Justin Trudeau. But when you tax the farmers who make the food and the truckers who ship the food, you tax all who buy the food, and people can't afford to buy it anymore.
So what do you do to fix that? You've got a budget deficit that has become structural.
Yep.
It is inflation going up. The Bank of Canada interest rates are not coming down. All of those things make it not just more difficult for Canadian families, but for the government to pay the bills as well. So how do you deal with that? How do you make life better for Canadians, make life more affordable?
Well, the good news is that life wasn't like this before 9 years of Trudeau, and it won't be like this after he's gone. We're going to axe the carbon tax to lower the cost of the farmers who produce the food, the truckers who ship the food, and the local grocers who sell us our food, so we can have more affordable food. We're going to cut income tax so that working people bring home more of each dollar they earn, and they can afford food.
Oh, you cut income tax? I hadn't heard that before.
Oh, I've said it many times. We will be cutting income tax. We have to, because the working poor can't afford to pay their bills because they lose so much. You make it, and Trudeau takes it. We have to cut taxes to reward hard work. We're going to cap government spending and cut waste to bring down deficits, interest rates, and inflation. And we're going to require municipalities get out of the way so builders can build homes people can afford by making it a requirement that cities permit 15% more home building per year as a condition of getting federal funds. That way we can build the homes that make it affordable. It's hard to believe, but 9 years ago, when I was housing minister, the average rent was $973 a month. That was not even a decade ago. So we've proven we can make housing affordable. We've got to build the homes to do it.
Do you feel like the Trudeau Liberals, after saying you had no housing plan for so long, after mocking what you were putting forward, they're stealing it now? I mean, they announced, we'll release federal lands, federal buildings for homes. Is that a compliment, or how do you see it?
Well, if they were actually going to do it, I'd be happy. But what they've done is they've taken all of my ideas and they've promised that at some point in the future they will do them. But the reality is they're big on talk. short on execution. As Elvis Presley might say, a little less conversation, a little more action, please. Since Sean Fraser took over as housing minister, after he ruined the immigration system, home building's gone down. This month, housing starts are down. Next month, they'll be down again. The month after that, they will be down, according to his own housing agency. So the problem is that we've got an incompetent, costly, bureaucratic Trudeau government that stands in the way. We need to get them out of the way so that we can build the homes.
You mentioned Sean Fraser. It shocks me that the Liberals broke Canadians' trust in the immigration system. They broke the consensus. I live near a food bank at a church where their recent immigrants are showing up lining up all morning, every Wednesday, to go to a food bank because they arrived in Canada. Housing's too much, food's too much. Do we need to get things under control? I mean, even the Prime Minister's now saying, we're bringing in people faster than we could absorb. And I think, okay, well, maybe don't do that.
If only he knew somebody who could have done something different.
maybe not do that. So do we have to deal with 900,000 to 1 million temporary residents coming in each year?
This is the legacy of Sean Fraser. He's the guy that unleashed chaos in temporary immigration. He made it run out of control. And that's not my words, that's the Prime Minister's words. But the puzzling part is, okay, you have a minister who totally ruined the immigration system. The logical thing to do is fire him, put him on the back bench, and then ask him not to run again in the next election. But instead he puts him in charge of housing. No wonder housing costs have doubled after 8 years of Trudeau. And another reason just to fire the whole government in a carbon tax election so that we can elect a new common sense government to axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, stop the crime.
All right, Pierre, thanks very much.
Great to be with you, Brian. Thank you.